Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. For the third time, Assalamu alaikum. For the fourth time, Assalamu alaikum. Well, tonight is a special night. We have guests from, I think, Bridgeport Police Department. I think from Bridgeport, right? Right? Yeah. We all welcome them with us today, and they visited us many times before, and they will continue visiting us for one reason: because we are part of one community, and because police always part of its community, any community. So they are welcome, and thank you everyone for coming. I know Frank, I know Abu Sharif by name. The rest of the people for me are police officers from Bridgeport. I don't remember the names, but we'll have a chance to take a photos at the end, and if anybody would like to have something at the end, they are more than welcome to do so. After welcoming them, which I already did, I want to tell everyone that in this country, as we said many times, that all of us are ruled and dealing with each other according to the Constitution. And the Constitution tells people are equal. The Constitution tells that all religions are welcome in this country. The Constitution says that justice for all. The Constitution says that there is no difference in gender or race or color or religion. So we have to defend our Constitution. We have to look for and get our rights in this country. And the first people to protect our rights are these people, the police officers. So we are so happy to have them here. Just a couple of minutes, few words to the police officers. We are here Muslims, part of this country. Many of us are citizens. Yeah, many of us are citizens. Many are permanent residents. Many are legally in this country in a visit visa or a student visa, and many of us leaving, few of us leaving, most of us are staying in this country forever. Whoever came to this country choose to be part of the United States. Unlike many, like my child, for example, was born in here, so he had to be American by birth. Many people choose this country for different reasons, and this country welcomes all of that. As you see, this is a mosque. For those who did not visit a mosque before, this is a mosque. Usually the mosque has two parts, part for men and part for women. Not necessarily, some mosques you could have the front side for men and the back side for women. And the reason is the way we pray. So we expose ourselves, you saw how the Muslims pray. So for decency, usually we separate between men and women. Children always welcome to come anytime. Actually, in Islam, in the religion of Islam, in the faith of Islam, child started praying at the age 7 until dies. Okay? They start fasting when they are around age 10 or around until forever. And Muslims have to perform pilgrimage to Mecca once a year, once a life, and they have to pay charity 2.5% of wealth every year. 2.5% of wealth 1 year. That's the corner of Islam. That's the basis of Islam. Islam is about surrender. The word Islam means surrender. So you enter Islam, you become Muslim when you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah, and Prophet Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Then you become Muslim, and then you have to perform prayers, you have to pay charity, you have to fast Ramadan and perform Hajj once in your life, if you can and if you can afford it. Alright? So Islam is not kind of a new invention. As I told many times, Islam, it has many common things with the Christianity and many common things with Judaism. We call them the people of the book. So when you become Muslim, if you deal with Muslims, you will see many things common between the three religions. We believe that Judaism is a true religion and the Torah is a true book of God. And we believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Jesus Christ, Isa, we call him, or Isa, and he updated the religion of Jews to become Christianity. And believe that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, our Prophet, was sent to be the last messenger. So Islam is the upgrade and the continuation and the final religion for the previous religions. That's what we believe. We believe you cannot be a Muslim unless you believe in all the prophets. So there is no Muslim believe a bit less than a Christian when it comes to Jesus. We believe in Jesus. We believe in Mary. We have a whole chapter in the book about Mary called Maryam. My mom actually named Maryam. Okay, it's a very common name there. Okay, so that's what is Islam. It's not a big difference. It's like something becoming the norm anywhere in the world. A good news or bad news, take it or leave it, that whether you like it or you hate it, that Muslims close to be 2 billion people in the world, between 1.6 billion to 2 billion, which is at least 25% of the whole world. So if you go anywhere in the whole world, supposedly you have 4 people, one of them is a Muslim. Right? Islam everywhere in the world. There is no single piece of land does not have Muslims. There is no single color or race does not have Muslims. China, there is about 200 million Muslims in China. Okay? India, about 30% are Muslims. Alright? Finally, I would like to clear this, that not all Muslims are Arabs and not Arabs all Muslims. A big confusion made by CNN and the media and Fox News and all of that. Arabs, Muslims, Arabs. Arabs, only 300 million people. 6% to 10% are Christians. And they are not all Muslims. Most of the Muslims are not Arabs. Is it true that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was an Arab? Is it true the Holy Book, it came in Arabic language? Is it true that there is no Muslim can perform his prayers and religion, practice without knowing little Arabic? Okay, but Arabs are not the majority of Muslims. They are maybe 20% of the Muslims all over. That's all. That's what my time permits. Frank knows a lot about it. It's repeated information for him. I know that. Just I want to make sure my friends there also know that. We have done many conferences, I think 2 or more conferences for police officers, right? Yes. All right. And I told Frank, if you invite me to go to California, San Jose, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, any place that I could tour also, to talk to people about Muslims, okay, I'm willing to pay my fare and my hotel and go. I think it's a duty in us to interact with people, to tell them who we are. If we leave the vacuum, as a Muslim, and this message not for the officers, for us, if for the Muslims in here, if we leave the vacuum, somebody else will fill the vacuum. Okay? Fanatic people and haters of Islam will fill the vacuum. We have to be part of the community, and we are. We started to learn how to be part of the community. This project that Frank and Mustafa started resulted in many meetings, many conferences, many interfaith sessions that made us true Americans in this country. We are all proud that we are Americans, and we will continue to be proud to be Americans. Regardless of the race again, regardless of the color, regardless of the gender, regardless of everything, before and after. For those who are Americans, they are Americans. Who are permanent residents, they will be Americans. Who are students, they will be permanent residents and they will become their citizens. So no problem. This country is big, and all the 300 million people living here, 350, and this country is gonna grow, and it's the true superpower in this world. We have to believe in that. That's the reality. We cannot change it. All right? All right. I'll give the mic. I spoke too much. I'll give it first to our friend Frank, if he would like to say a few words. 5 minutes, more, 20 hours. I mean, okay, whatever you like. I'd like you to do for us.
Okay. Salam alaikum. Okay, as police officers, as detectives, as lieutenants, as sergeants, as the Bridgeport Police Department, we cannot look at anyone and say, oh, they're a different religion. Oh, they're a different color skin than mine. Oh, it's a female. Oh, we cannot serve these people. No, our job and our job here as we continue through education of our police officers in the Muslim community, also in the public, we want to let you know we're bridging the gap. We want everyone to be understanding of the same page, that we are here for each other. That yes, you have rights. Yes, you are American. Yes, if you are here, we are here to serve and to protect all people, regardless of their race, religion, color of their skin. And if you, excuse me, if you see an officer in the Bridgeport Police Department that won't give you that type of service, then we need to know, because that officer is acting in the wrong way. I'm very proud and thankful again to Mustafa for allowing me and the invite tonight. I'm very thankful for all of you who have come for the training. I see everyone around the room who has, at the drop of a nickel, and 20 minutes late, or 20-minute notice, 2-minute notice, you have responded and have come to train with me at the Academy or Fairfield U or different places that we have gone on to train, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful, I'm very honored to be here tonight and be able to be in your company, and it's an honor to be here tonight. As a Catholic Christian that I am very honored to be amongst you today, and I'm very thankful for everyone, so I do thank you. I'm very proud that tonight I have Lieutenant Jeff Grice, who runs our Bridgeport Police Academy, who instructs new officers and continue to train officers on a daily basis. And we also have new recruits that are going to be, that will be one day Bridgeport police officers. And it's good for them to be in the midst of the crowd today to see that we are all human beings and we all have rights and we are all come together under one roof. And we can do this peacefully, and we can do it in a humanitarian way. And we are here for one purpose only, that we are people. And we are here to find out, make sure that things are running smooth, make sure that no one is having problems in the community, and we are your bridge. We can be your bridge, we can be your spokesperson if there are any problems or any issues that you would like to be addressed in, as you are out in the community of the city of Bridgeport. All right, so I would like to introduce our Lieutenant Jeff Grice. All right, he is running our academy. And there are at least 4 recruits here, right? 4?
There are 2 ladies
and 2 women on the other side, which is great. And I want to thank you for coming tonight. So, and those are future Bridgeport Police in another couple months. So we continue to train. Are there any questions?
Any questions?
So far? Any questions?
You have a question?
I want to ask you, you lost weight and you said you were fasting. So
yes,
it's
just like in your religion.
like Ramadan.
Thank God you. I'm glad you noticed that I lost weight. I feel better. But anyway, I would like to in Ramadan, right? Ramadan, you fast and you pray, and you go for how long is that?
30 days.
30 days. In the Catholic, in my faith, we just completed Lent, and that leads to the celebration of Easter we had 2 weeks ago. And what happens in our religion, for those who would like to follow the religion, and I am very strict like you are in your religion, I believe. I go to church. I follow the customs of the Catholic Church. So anyway, we fast, and we are fast at least once a week, if not more. We don't eat meat on Fridays, and there's a whole bunch of different observances that we do in our church. So thank God for that, you know. Thank my God for that, that I lost the weight. I'm a thinner cop, all right? And I continue to go that route. You know, I'll just get back into better shape. The what? It is 40 days, 40 days, 40 nights. And just like you, I fast from morning till night. I don't eat till the next day. I tried one time. You can give up whatever you want in the Catholic or any faith. But one time I tried giving up water, and that wasn't a good thing. So I can't do that no more. And thank God they say that the age of fasting for Catholics are from the age of 14 to the age of 59. I am 59, believe it or not. So this is my last year of fasting? No. But they say it could be my last. So I hope it's not. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up on fasting. But anyway, very holy time for us as Ramadan is for you. And I know that Ramadan is coming in June this year, right?
Yes.
So, very good. Yes? Yes?
But what if your teacher is racist to you just because you're Muslim?
And here.
What if your teacher is racist to you just because you're a Muslim?
What's the different culture?
No, what if the teacher is racist to you because you're Muslim?
I still can't hear. Oh. Okay, what if your teacher is a racist? If your teacher is a racist, I would go first, number one, go see mommy and dad. First, mom and dad. And say, hey, mom, dad, I have a problem. The teacher is harassing me or bothering me because I am a Muslim. And I want to, and then have your parents contact the principal and make a complaint because that's a problem. And so if you recognize that, how old are you? If you can recognize that at 11 years old, then that is a big problem. And you should tell your mom and dad that it needs to be addressed at the school, and that should be resolved.
And then there's also kids that make fun of me.
Okay. So there are also kids making fun of him because he is a Muslim. You can bring that up to your teacher, you can bring that up to your mom and dad. Let me tell you, there are police officers that make fun of me because I'm a Catholic. And that's the way society is. If you are not in, then you might be out. If you're not here tonight, where are you? If I'm not in church on Sunday, where am I? If I'm not praying on Friday night, where am I? At the bar? Am I somewhere else? So no matter in life, there are always going to be those who have a different opinion about everyone, and they voice that opinion in bad ways. Again, if you look at it, just bring that up to your parents and see if they want to make it further with the teacher and then possibly the principal to correct it. But if we look at society, right, we look at the world, just because you are Muslim, the public and society look at that and they think that everyone is an extremist. Everyone is out, oh my God, it's a Muslim. Oh, we better run, And that's just the view that some ignorant people have. And we call them ignorant because they don't take the time, like we take the time to come and learn about each other. And so they have a distorted view of what they think Muslim is or they think Catholic is. And they put that and they come out, some of them in violent ways, which is why the world has so many problems. Why can't we all just get along? All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Frank, I'll take this opportunity to present this certificate to Frank. Only Frank today. It's special. All right. And it says, this certificate is awarded to Frank Badbolusha. Okay. We hereby present you this award for your tireless efforts with the MSA Club at UB and the local Muslim community. Thank you for extending your help to our organization. And we thank you so much, very much for the efforts you do. It's nothing, all right? Keep it with the best place in your house. This is road to heaven. Just kidding.
Thank you, Imam.
Thank you.
And we say, inshallah.
Inshallah, thank you so much. All right. It was not planned, but I would like, since the Lieutenant Abu Sharif, let me explain this for the officers. In the Muslim culture and Arabs, you call the person, if you need to honor the person, you call him after his older son. So my son is Hamid. Everybody call me here Abu Hamid. Abu means father of. All right. His son is Sharif, right? So they call him Abu Sharif. I'm not sure if you like it or not, but I'm gonna call him Abu Sharif. As long as he's in this box, I call him Abu Sharif. So would you like to talk for 2 minutes? Yes. No? You know, we're gonna talk for 2 minutes till your community they are good and no? Huh? Next time you get a certificate, you know? That's how it started. Yeah?
Assalamu alaikum. I want to thank you for inviting myself and my police recruits here today. One, I'm thankful for Mustafa for inviting us here. You know, as the commander of the police academy, it is my job to train new recruits to become police officers. And it is definitely a blessing for us to have Detective Papaluch, because for the last few years he's been teaching cultural diversity and hate and bias, and he's been bringing the Muslim community into the police academy to educate police officers. And I also thank Allah for him coming to the police academy to train the new officers so that they can have a better understanding of the Muslim community. And just to piggyback off what Frank said, you know, we need to educate these new folks, because the more they know about the community, the better they can serve you. And again, we take an oath to uphold the Constitution. We take an oath to make sure everyone is treated fairly. And you know, we all come with our own biases, and we come with, you know, stereotypes and such, but it's our job, it's my job to make sure they have the tools to go out and be good police officers. And as a supervisor of the other police officers in the Bridgeport Police Department, like Frank said, if you have a problem with an officer, if he doesn't treat you the way you should be treated, you can make a complaint about that officer. You can go to the police department, you can, you know, talk to a supervisor and tell them how you were mistreated, because everyone should be treated fairly. And again, as the commander of the police academy, I want to expose these new officers to everything that I can so that I can make them better police officers. Because ultimately, it's our job to serve you, the community, and everyone that makes up the community. And again, I want to thank you for inviting us here. You know, I hope my recruits get something out of it, make some relationships with people, because again, it's people, the citizens, that could one day save our lives. You know, hopefully, you know, the relationships that you build when you're dealing with a bad person, it may be a Muslim who comes along and sees you struggling with a bad person, and they may help you. So, you know, you want to treat everyone with respect. You want to build relationships, friendships in all walks of life. And again, ultimately, it's our job to serve you. And thank you again. Assalamu alaikum.
So this wasn't planned, right? About 12, 13 years ago, I used to run a place called the Sheen Center. My name is Saleh Hanif, by the way. And my friend here, Geraldo.
Recruit Geraldo Quiles.
And I kept his daughter safe when she was 12 years old at the Sheen Center. And he looked at me, he goes, "Where do I know you from? Where do I know you from?" And I said, we started talking, dialoguing. His daughter now is 22 years old, graduating from college, right? And that's what it's all about. And I worked under a Catholic organization, but we never looked at it this way. And he told me, "Man, when you left the Sheen Center, we missed you." And, you know, we move on. And I still do a lot of stuff here in the Bridgeport community. I coach the basic high school soccer team. And Before I got the Basque High School soccer team, they didn't win a game for 35 years. And within the last 6 years, we made the States 3 times out of 6 years. And this year we had a record of 11-2 and 3 ties. But most importantly is, all my guys go to college and move on. And I was just telling Geraldo, as one of my guys just inboxed me on Facebook and said, Coach, I have a ticket for you. He's graduating from Fairfield University. Jamaican player, stud, had a full scholarship, and he never forgot what we did for him. And I go back about 12 years ago, and I used to do stuff with Lieutenant Daniels and Officer Reed and Ortiz with the DARE program. And we started the DARE program at the Sheen Center. And I never forget, the police officer test came and he said, you know, once you apply, I said, he goes, we need good people like you. And I said, man, I can't do it. I said, I like working with young kids, I like working with families, and I give you guys a lot of credit. You know, I can't do your job. Probably most of us here can't do your job, and we give you guys a lot of credit because I know what you guys face. And for people to call you, it's not they calling you to say hello to you guys. You know, there's always something, right? And that's why I looked at it. I said, I like empowering, just like Amanda. Make sure she goes to college, just like all these kids in the Bridgeport community. And that's my calling. You know, everyone here has a talent. Everyone has a gift. But what Geraldo didn't know was, he just said, oh man, I didn't know you were Muslim, right? And that's fine, because we don't ask about that stuff. And someone that was, you know, I've been here for 35 years. I came here when I was 5 years old, right? So this is my country. This is where I know. I have a home here. My wife is a teacher. My brother is a teacher at the BMA Academy, so you might know him. So we are invested in the community. We love this community. We love our kids. We love your kids. We make sure they're also safe in our hands. And if there is one message out there, we'd like for you guys to change the perception. Because, yes, and I never forget one of the conversations with my buddies, an officer, and he told me that 95% of the people don't need cops. It's always the 5%. Am I right or not? And it's the same 5% that keep on going to jail, same 5% that we arrest, same 5% that makes problems in the community, right? We have the same thing here. The same thing in every country. Same thing in every nationality. Same thing in every religion. So what we don't like is when someone gets arrested and he gets a pass and they don't stigmatize him for their religion, but when there's someone that his name is a Muslim name and they say he's a Muslim, and that hurts us. Okay, because it's that 5%. And religion never talks about that, and we all know about this. So we want you guys to help us with that, to change the perception out there. There's a lot of good people here that do the work. And we all there's doctors, there's professors, there's the engineers. You know, they say your chances of being cured by a Muslim doctor is very high. Right? They never look at you that way. We never look at you that way. And you guys never look at us this way, but we love for you guys. If there's one message, please try to change that perception. Because it's that 5% that makes us look bad. It's 5% that makes everyone look bad. And thank you so much, Jose.
Sure, I want to thank Mustafa for inviting us here, and Detective Papalucci for organizing this, and Lieutenant Grice for bringing diversity into the police academy. I grew up in a Hispanic, African American community in Stanford in the 70s. So I could recall going back, being sort of discriminized and exposed to racism and so forth. But I learned that not everyone in every race is bad or doing anything bad, and obviously in the Muslim community lately, you hear, like Sal mentioned, about the media, the way it reflects and presents certain religions or certain cultures. And I understand what probably most of you guys are facing. But I assure you that with our training and everything we're being taught, we're here to provide and service and protect the community. The great thing about Bridgeport, it's a very diverse city. And I'm glad that I'm in this type of city to serve and protect. You know, it's very diverse, different cultures, and I look forward to meeting and building relationship with the Muslim community. I'm excited. And again, I appreciate that the invitation and your hospitality here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. We thank all the attendants, all the officers, and everybody from police, Bridgeport Police for coming here. But I have a message to our youth. I'm saying English because obviously our youth speak more English than they speak our own language because of us. We have good relationship with the officers to our youth because we're good, because we do good. If we're bad and we do bad, they're not going to be coming and sitting with us the way they are sitting with us right now. And we hope our youth, our kids, our sons, to learn from us that they hear, they respect us, we respect them because we're good. So our message to the kids, to our young ones, to follow our steps and respect Allah the way we respect Allah. Jazakumullah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I thank you very much for coming. I thank Detective Frank Papalucha. I thank the head of the police academy, Abu Sharif. Thank all the new recruiters. I thank all the Muslim community for coming. We have a good number today. I'm not going to make it too long because the dinner is ready. We're almost going to serve it right now. Just a few words. I think we talked for maybe 4 hours. You've heard me before when I was in the academy about, 3 weeks ago or something, or a month ago. I've talked about Islam, I've talked about the Muslims. Now you're doing what we call an interaction. This is what we call cultural interaction. You're sitting as we're sitting. And one of the things when I invited you to sit in the back here, and I said, you know what, one of my sons, and he's here today, he said, we have in school, they give us something called a carpet session or something. I said, what's a carpet session? What is this? He said, they sit down on the carpet and then the teachers start to give them the lesson while they're sitting on the carpet. Just to teach them humbleness and teach them a respect to the teacher or to the tutor, right? And I think this is the same thing. That's why we sit on the ground like this and listen to the speech and listen to whoever is talking. And this is a symbol of respect one more time. I'm going to end my talk with one verse from the Quran just to know the core of our religion and what it is. I'll say it in Arabic and then I'll translate it. It'll take me less than a minute. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. What it means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to all mankind. Allah, God, is talking to all mankind. He's telling them the following. All people, all mankind, not all Muslims, not all Christians, all mankind. I have created you from male and female. For what? What is the reason? Why Allah created us? The second half of the verse it says, so you would know one another. So you would know one another. Right? And those amongst you are the most pious, are the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the closest to God. So those who are pious, those who consider God, before we do anything, those are the closest people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the Almighty Allah. I talked to Detective Frank, that is one origin, there's one God, sending different messengers, sending Jesus, sending Jacob, Joseph, and I mentioned, as I told you before, that my son, his name is Joseph, the other son is John, Yahya. To that much we respect the messengers of God. To that much We're coming from one origin. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran as well, at the end, I will judge you. You choose the path. And if you're convinced with this path, that's fine. It's your choice at the end of the day. We should not judge you. Nobody should judge anybody except God. This is what the Quran, this is the message that I want to convey to you. And I thank you once more for coming. And I think dinner is ready. Thank you very much.
Great speeches. I mean, I'm so proud of everybody here, and thank you, Frank. Thank you, the Lieutenant Abu Sharif, Mustafa. Everybody spoke today. It was great. Frank did not help us very much this week for a simple reason that we were planning to have like a nice feast for our guests. Part of the Islamic culture is that when you have a guest, you have to treat them, you have to feed them, they have to gain weight. Alright? But he only told us, I think yesterday or today, yesterday confirmed, which was too late to slaughter the camel for you and stuff it. But every Friday what we have pizza for folks in here, you know, Masjid and all of that, and kids like love pizza and everything. But we made like special small sandwiches for our guests. I think it's a falafel sandwich. You people eating pizza still. Only the guests are eating falafel today. And we promise if you give us enough notice next time, you will have the camel and the elephant and all of that ready for you. All right?
Join us for Ramadan, yeah.
And Ramadan, by the way, in Ramadan we have iftar every day. Let me tell you, at the sunset we have a feast for everybody. Everybody is welcome. So if you are around and you feel hungry at the sunset, please come in here and eat with us. We always feel blessed when we have people eat with us. That's a part of the culture. Muslims are mostly very conservative people, and they have family style. Okay, maybe you know that. I mean, you know, and here you'll go to the other side, all women, all children, here all men. You know, we are kind of more towards, you know, what they call it, you know, family-oriented people than anything else. So you are part of the family. Come please anytime. Feast with us. Bring your families also anytime. Don't worry about hijab or all of that. Everybody is welcome. Okay? Bring your children. And if you invite us anywhere, we'll come. Thank you so very much. I need to have a picture, if possible, with the officers first, and then we have a global picture with the officers and everybody, if possible. If you can come here, if you don't mind, if it's legal for you. Remember that's your path to heaven. Please come.
Videos.
You could come. If you like.
Frank, you gotta teach these guys to smile, man.
Anybody? Please. If you like. Anybody would
خلينا نصور تعال اقول خلينا نروح اروح روح بس هات موبايلك عشان تبقى Yeah, that's good.
Wait. Sit.
Sit down.
بتسجل.
This might always wear a sweater. Hey, guys. Stop, bro.
You always attack. You always attack.
Me? Yeah, he always attacks.